Now in today's video, we're going to be going over a 2021 Tesla Model S Plaid. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Southtown Mazda here in Utah for giving me some time with this Tesla Model S Plaid. If you're interested in buying it, contact them. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below. But let's pop right into the video. You guys can see the body lines here on the hood, and then the headlights actually look pretty crazy. I've never seen Model S headlights on the newer Model S's up close, and so this was my first time, and they're really intricate. And then you guys can see the fog lights just down below with the little parking sensor, rather, that's integrated into that area. And overall, I mean, the Tesla Model S is a pretty good-looking car. There's nothing too crazy about it. And the thing about the Plaid is it looks so normal. Like, it looks like just like a Tesla. It doesn't look like anything crazy, yet it has 1,020 horsepower and 1,050 pound-feet of torque and goes from 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds. Something to mention here that you guys have probably seen on all of the forums is the fact that the brakes are apparently not strong enough for the Plaid. It has so much power and it's such a heavy car, and the brakes just apparently don't stop it quick enough. So Tesla just released a brake kit. If you're wondering, carbon ceramics, $20,000 to upgrade the brakes on your Plaid if you want to get that. So, yeah, take that for what it is. Notice you've got the camera there on the side. And I guess I should talk about the wheels a little bit. I like the wheel design. And then you guys can see the mirrors. I like how they did the pillar and everything and how it's all blacked out around the windows. I think they've done a really good job with the contrast on this car between the black and the white. And then obviously the door handles that are flush with the car looks really cool. But yeah, here's a quick look at the wheel again. I think it looks really nice. It's just a nice design overall. And then you guys can see the full side view. And it's a big car. Like, it's a really, really big car, just in length and size and everything and weight and all that. I mean, it's a pretty hefty car. I mean, it weighs 4,700 pounds. That's a curb weight before fuel and passengers and everything. So after you stock everything up, you're over 5,000 pounds. And then you guys can see the carbon fiber spoiler there on the back. And then I like how the accenting connects the lights together. I think that looks cool. Got your humble Plaid badge. I love how small it is. And then you guys can see the diffuser there at the very bottom. It's all blacked out. And then there's more parking sensors integrated there into the bottom bumper. And then here's a key fob. It's a little Tesla. It's pretty cool. Apparently it's like over $800, which is pretty crazy. So don't lose it. Don't break it. That's all I got to say. But I think it's a cool looking key fob. And then the back end of the Model S, again, hasn't changed in such a long time. The taillights they look a little bit nicer and more updated compared to the older ones, but yeah, it's pretty interesting. And then you guys can see the door handle that popped out here. And then the interior is pretty interesting. So this one's got an all black interior. And it's really nice materials, like it's leather all over, carbon fiber, but it's just so black and so dark, and there's not a lot of contrast. So some of you might like that because you'll feel like you're driving in a Batmobile or something like that. So I can definitely see that. And also, that was interesting, they had some cloth trim right there. But yeah, it's very dark, but you guys see the seats look really cool. They kind of look like a little person with a head on them. I think it's pretty good seat design, if you ask me. And then we're actually going to pop in here. I messed up so many shots in today's video, so I had to like refilm a bunch of stuff when I was filming this video. So you guys will see some awkward cuts throughout. But I thought it was cool. They have a screen here in the back for the rear passengers to kind of control their own area with like climate and media and all that kind of stuff. I think that's a cool feature to have, and you know, it's kind of expected because it's such an expensive car. And then you guys can see here on the center, it even has like its own little headrest and everything. And then you've got the full roof there, the glass roof, which Teslas are famous for. And you guys can see it's pretty spacious back there. I mean, I fit back there very comfortably, so no complaints with that. And then popping here to the front, you guys can see the crazy steering wheel. We'll go over that in a second. But you guys can see the door panel here at the front, really nice material-wise. Again, just like what you have in the back, but again, very dark. And then I really like the look of the mirrors. I don't know why, but they look cool on the Model S Plaid. And then you got all of your window controls and all that normal stuff. You got your Model S logo, and then again, you guys can see here with the front seat. I think it's a good looking seat. It doesn't strike me as a seat that would be in a $100,000 car, but very nice material use, very high quality, all that kind of stuff. I expected something crazier from a car that has an acceleration as quick as this. But at the same time, I think that might be the appeal of the Model S Plaid, is the fact that it looks so normal, yet it performs so crazy. And then I love how that all connects with the carbon fiber and all that. And you guys can see how to open the door. I think that's cool. Some of you might find that gimmicky, but I think it's really cool. And then I love how you have a center screen with the Model S Plaid. You don't have to look at the touchscreen for everything. And you guys can see, obviously, the steering wheel. I know there's a lot with the steering wheel. Some people love it. Some people hate it. I think it's cool. Again, it's such a crazy car, and it's so normal. Like, the seats are normal, the exterior is normal. So I'm glad they at least did a crazy steering wheel to give it some sort of like differentiating factor. So it's like, okay, you're in the craziest, sedan ever produced up to this date. So I'm glad that Tesla did something. I don't know, I like it. And then you guys can see here with the center screen and all that. And then obviously when you go into the, drag mode and everything, it'll do like the whole crazy graphic you guys have probably seen on Instagram and all that. So I think that is pretty cool. And then you guys can see the center infotainment system, massive. And Tesla's nailed it with infotainment systems. So first off, you guys can see there with the self-driving stuff. Obviously, the Model S Plaid's going to come with everything. You're going to have all the self-driving tech and all that fun jazz. But Netflix, video games, I am not used to seeing that kind of stuff in a car, so it's pretty cool to see that. And it's kind of something that Tesla's known for at this point. But yeah, the touchscreen, I really like it. It's easy to use, it's intuitive. And then notice how you can like open up everything from the touchscreen itself. Again, they make everything pretty simple and straightforward to use, so I think they've done a good job. And then obviously we have all of our different modes. With the acceleration, notice you have the Plaid, and then you got the drag mode, which we'll have to, you have to heat up the car for a while, the battery at least, to use the drag mode. And then you have the adaptive suspension as well. And, from my friends that actually own this car, what they've said is it's really good from a suspension standpoint. It's really comfortable and smooth. And you guys can see the charge and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, they said it's a really good, like, just daily driver, grand touring car is what I've heard from people that actually own the Plaid. And yeah, it's just, there's so much stuff that you can go through, and everything's on touchscreen. So you have to love the touchscreen. If you don't love the touchscreen, then it'll get a little bit annoying because you don't have physical buttons for anything. And it's kind of something that Tesla started, and now other manufacturers are starting to kind of follow suit with throwing everything into the infotainment system itself. It's a good thing that the infotainment system of the Teslas is so easy to use, because if it wasn't, it became things kind of difficult. And then I love how it shows the different models here. Tesla's nailed it. They're like, hey, you know what? We're going to show you. You can go online. We're gonna throw you onto our website so you can buy your next Tesla. They know what they're doing, people. They know what they're doing. And then also, I love how it has a thing up for Mars on the map. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, of course, that they show that. And then you guys can see the storage space down here, and material use is actually really nice, and it's also really deep. Like, I was surprised by how deep that was. And then you got more storage space up there, and they use that material to kind of like hold things into place. And then that was another awkward cut, because it took me a second to figure out how to open the center console. I'm just being honest here, because you guys can see it's like a magnet. So I was pulling, and normally my center console is just like flying open, and it didn't open. And I was like, I don't want to break this, because it's a $160,000 car. So I was being very careful. And then I was like, oh, it's a magnet. And then you guys can see the glove box. You have to open it from the infotainment system. Again, everything is from that touchscreen system, which is pretty interesting. And you guys can see you can record and everything from the screen, which, I mean, Teslas, again, are famous for. So if anyone damages your car, you have that. And then again, you guys can see the roof here at the top. Popping here to the front, you guys can see it's got a decent amount of storage space. And again, that's a benefit of a fully electric car, is the fact that you have storage space there. And I also don't think I mentioned the range earlier. It's got 396 miles of full electric range. So not only is it crazy fast accelerating, if you drive it like a reasonable human being, it's got good range. And the reason I was doing that is you have to press on both sides of the front, or the hood rather, to close it up. So just know that you got to like put some pressure. I was surprised by how nice the material use was with the cargo cover. Usually it's just like cheap material, whereas with the Plaid, it was actually felt very sturdy and very expensive, which I was surprised with. And then also I love how that lowers down, which again, you'd expect it to at, 160,000, 70,000, whatever, how much these are going for. They're expensive. I just know that. But yeah, that's going to sum things up for our video here on the Model S Plaid. I hopefully will be able to drive one soon. But again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Mazda in Southtown Mazda, rather, for giving me some time with the Model S Plaid. Link in the description down below to their inventory. And yeah, that's going to sum things up.